That's
Yeah.
yep. Yep.
Oh, oh, it's good.
You cut the straight whiskey with a little water, and somebody goes, "Do you just cut that whiskey?" And you're like, "No, I didn't cut it with anything. It's pure."
I'm trying so hard to find my liquor. Like I want to have a new like nicer upper class liquor to sip on, but
Bourbon's
What's upper
definitely the way to
class?
go.
I just end up putting down 9 beers instead. It's not good calorie wise.
Are you at the point though? So is upper class to you a like $40 bottle? Because I went from this is upper class
Yes. Okay.
liquor to
yes,
me is like an
at my
$18
age,
bottle.
At my age, yeah, I would say more than a Ron Diaz price.
Well, Ron
Yeah.
Diaz is like $13.
Yeah, Ron
Yeah.
Diaz is scraping the bottom of the
Okay,
barrel.
fine. $40 would be a
Upper
decent.
class.
See, but like
solid liquor.
there's a nice middle ground of like a nice $22 bottle of liquor, like a nice $22 bottle of Captain Morgan. You know, you have a little bit of Coke in there.
Sure, yeah.
I think that's the real adult move. And in 10 years, I'll figure it out. I'll be like, you know what? I'm now a strictly Irish whiskey man.
Yep.
Yeah, but the thing is like, for me, it's like I can drink whiskey, like bourbon whiskey every night. Like I love bourbon. Like sometimes like to go to have a seltzer or like have multiple seltzers, it's just nice, you know. It's easy drinking. You can chug them. Like you can't chug just bourbon. Well, you can, but it's just not gonna
I
end
would
well
agree.
for you. Like if I'm
Yeah.
going day drinking and like planning my whole day and like just drinking from noon to bar close, it's seltzers. You got to pace yourself. You can't pace yourself just drinking whiskey.
100 Cup is a great day drinking game. But speaking of, Murph, I know you're the man of the hour here. We appreciate you coming on, but I would like to hear the situation of giving a gentleman's at the end of the game. I'd like to hear it from the horse's mouth. Let everybody know.
What's up, No Dice Nation? Long-time listener, first time join. Just
Yes.
happy to be here. Just happy to be here. I've always been a strategic hundo player. Throw your superlative in there. Separates the men from the boys. Strategic guy. When I don't give gentlemen's, I don't expect it in return. Kind of the strategy behind it. I'm betting on my team to hit their cups. And I know I've hurt some feelings in the past, like Jacob. He was pretty hurt that one time. But I think it's really up to you. I don't think that it should be a rule. Sorry to hurt your feelings, Smurs. Maybe.
Question though, like if it's 8 dudes, like we're all gentlemen. Like if you hit the last 2 cups, you hit the last 2 cups. You give them a straight line. It's whatever.
Yep.
It's a gentleman's game.
Not giving a gentleman's
I have a question
screams to
for
me.
Murph, too.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
You cut out. Gaby, go for it.
To me, not giving a gentleman's at the end of the game
Like, what
is
is your
like
deficit?
like it's going to be like you're down 7, like you're in the NBA, there's 20 seconds left, you're down 7 to 8 points and and they already scrubbed it up. You're the guy fouling. Like, but you wait a solid 10 seconds. So there's 10 seconds left on the clock. There's absolutely no chance that you will come back and you just hit somebody right on the wrist and everybody looks at you and you're like, what are you doing? Get back on the bench. That's what it screams desperation to me. And it screams, you're the guy playing really hard defense when I'm just trying to run the clock out here.
Yeah.
You know, it is a desperation move. I remember that game was maybe like I had like KC Mike Schwal on my side versus a Smurs KB Brannigan led powerhouse team. You look around you, the odds are stacked against you. It's like a 5-2 game. You want it bad. Why not throw a desperation shot out there and bet on yourself? No gentlemen's, don't give them it. If you give them the 2 in a row, it's over. But maybe there's a chance that you could hit those 5. Maybe.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be Schwal either though. You could throw Schwal out of the equation. Mike's hitting big.
Yep.
Casey's
is it-
hitting doinks.
Yep.
I might just chuck one up there, real high arc, hope it goes in.
maybe hit the ceiling
Maybe hit the ceiling, maybe hit my hand on
and a beam.
a beam or something. But you know, at least we got a shot. It's like fouling when you're losing and making them shoot, you know, free throws. I guess that would be my equation too. I usually give the gentlemen's, but in that situation, I don't think that I don't think you should have to.
I'm not saying you should have to. I'm just saying if you're playing with 8 guys, like you give gentlemen's. You're a gentleman. I've always given it just because like if you're good enough to hit those 2 cups, like you're
what's your deficit limit on when you'll give gentlemen's and when you won't?
Me or Murph?
Murph.
You kind of just got to feel it out, see who you're with, and see who you're playing against, and it's kind of like a spur of the moment thing where it's like I don't think I really want to give them gentlemen's here because they're just gonna hit it and I'm gonna lose, you know.
Yep. How am I feeling? Do I feel like being a dick tonight? Am I going out with this person afterneath? Should I ruin this person's night? I mean, yeah, I might. Am I above ruining somebody's night for my own personal benefit to make me feel better? I'm not. I'm actually I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
It's a gritty call. Sometimes you got to make gritty. I've only done it. I think I've only won on it one time or something like that. I usually give it.
All right, so should we start diving in?
Yeah. So, listeners, welcome back. No dice. Bachelor Week 2 coming in. We got the division round in the NFL. College football playoff happened. We talked about Hundo. We'll talk about James Harden, the Nets, and we'll get into some other NBA topics tonight. So, with that being said, KB, thoughts on Bachelor episode 2?
I'm a fan. I liked most of I felt bad for that one girl for leaving last week, but in general, I think there's a lot of good picks. I thought it was actually a really good episode. The ATV date I thought was a clever date. Bree seems like she seems like a nice person. I mean, it's hard to tell after the one. But I wasn't upset. At this point, I really like to use I'm okay with just whittling down the herd to people I like. So that way I can really, get a few of them. Bree's in there. Sarah was the second date. Got to fly around in an airplane. I did like when they buzz the tower they come into all the other girls sitting there. And I feel like Sarah was feeling really good about that. She's like, yup, how does this one feel?
Yeah,
I think she was probably feeling good.
It's a big fuck you to all the other girls. Like, hey, I'm on a date. You're not. Fuck you.
Real top dog moment. Yep. Yep.
On a plane too.
Yep. Other than that, the only thing that I really disliked is once again, the show is insulting my intelligence by pretending that Victoria is there to be on the show. It's blatantly obvious. But now that I realize that the show does it so aggressively, it's just making me question everything from The Bachelorette on who could have been that person. And I don't like it. It ruined my day. And the show is very aggravating when they do that. Like, I'm sure there's a bunch of people in there that are not, you can tell it's too obvious. You're hitting me in the face with a shovel and being like, I didn't hit you.
Yeah.
Like, that's how terrible it is. I don't know what you thought, but that was terrible.
A quote from Casey Sedroik. He said, Queen Victoria gives me ball cancer.
It's not even like she doesn't even have a job. Like, they all have regular jobs, and she, like, a queen, is so very like, it's obvious that they're not. And so they all tried on brides' dresses,
and they
got to take pictures. The Bachelor looks so like they had to kiss, and she looked like she was doing her job of being like, I'm gonna stir this up. Matt James' his name, right? And so she like comes in and is like, can I get a kiss? And he wants to say no, but he has to say yes. And like, so like all the other girls, he's like puts his arm around her. He's like, I'm really having fun. She comes up and he is just rigid. Like, he looks like the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. He is that, like, he needs to oil up and become a real boy. That's how aggressively bad he like looked on camera. The guy needs acting classes.
Yeah, he's not a good actor.
To show, like, I bet she feels terrible. She's probably watching this and being like, wow, he doesn't like me.
Yeah.
And he just cannot pretend at all. He just refuses to give into the show. And that, I mean, poor casting, great looking, but he needs better acting classes, or the show just maybe needs to make it a little bit more natural. I dare say it's both, but either or works.
Here's the thing is, like,
sorry, I'm done. You can go. I'm sorry.
It would be okay if she was like decent looking, but she is so fucking like brutal. She's not good looking.
Well, it's
Her
compared to like
is
these.
brutal. Not even compared to everyone. Like if she was at least decent looking, like seeing her, like she's just brutal compared to everyone else.
Yeah, it's compared like these are all
everyone else.
incredibly good looking girls, and she like like there could have you could have masked it a little bit more, and but like she's not fun at all. She does not have a
No.
good personality, and like these girls, because it's only like the second episode, so these girls really seem like they're still trying to be friends and like get along.
Yeah,
And she refuses
I love
to let them
that
like
though.
they are all being really nice to each other, and like a girl will go on a date and be like, actually I'm really happy for her, and like I think that this is really great, and she'll be like, I fucking hate her.
Yeah,
I think you guys are
her.
stupid for not liking or for pretending to like her.
But,
and all these other girls are like, I don't know.
There's a point to that because like she should have a right. Like, okay, the guy I want to date is dating someone else and like going on a date with someone else. That's fucked up. Like obviously
No, I
someone's
get that.
gonna be frustrated, gonna be pissed off about it.
She
That's
is the
what's so fucked up about this show.
Yep.
It's like all
I would
30 of
agree.
these
She's the
girls are
person
like,
crying.
yeah.
Yep. She's the person crying at the end. Like it's 2 a.m. We're getting in the Uber, and she is the person crying. Like I had a tear and nothing happened. Like maybe this person spilled a drink. And they're crying. They're gonna ruin the entire night for everybody else because they had a bad 10 minutes. That's what she is like, but the entire show.
Yep. Book it. She's
right, we can move off the topic. I'm sorry. I'm just getting more aggravated.
She's gonna be top 10, guaranteed. But so
I hope she is. That's actually really gonna spark me.
I had some notes. I wrote down some notes just to talk to you about, KB. I liked the ATV date a lot. Like it was really clever, but them falling off the ATV, holding each other's arm, that's so fucking cliche. Like that's
Come on, man, you don't have a heart.
Are you kidding me? The ATV tips over, they fall in each other's arms, and then they talk about it in the hot tub, and she's like, "Oh,
that's called passion, asshole."
She called, "Oh, I almost died today." That's so fucking cliche. That's so fucking cliche.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
The writers are definitely taking it easy this season. They're like, we're milking it.
My next one was Victoria is fucking ugly and is only there to get views. We talked about that. Don't need to dive into that. Sarah's dad, I feel really bad for Sarah's dad. Prayers out to him. Hopefully he ends up doing well, lives a little bit longer, and she gets to see him again. Murph, Brand, you don't know about this. He has ALS.
I am familiar with that.
Yeah.
I'm not. Thanks for the info.
I kind of hope Sarah wins now. I mean, she seems to have a genuine heart and a genuine good side. I hope she wins.
No, I mean, that would be cool. I wouldn't be upset about it, but MJ is still the very clear top dog.
Yeah.
Front runner. And like what I said last week, where her hair is very bipolar of like, that either means she's super cool or really, really crazy. And she's really cool. Like somebody tried to start something with her and she's just like, I don't really care about this at all. I'm putting my money, I'm betting the house, take a mortgage out, right on MJ. You can actually, I would not only have your mortgage, but I would take out a home equity line to redo a porch, take that money, you put it and you double down right on MJ. You say she actually might be too cool. She might not win only because they don't want her to. Yeah. The system's against you, MJ. You're going to win.
Yep. Last point, the group date sucked. The group date was
aggressive.
Awful. It was Murph Brand. It was a wedding. Like they had to take pictures, and he was the groom, and then they had like a capture the flag, and winning team gets to go on the group date, and they had like throw paint, throw cake, and these girls just
capture the flag. Capture the flag, and you know who got the flag for that team?
MJ.
Yep.
All right. Well, since we got through it, KB, anything else you want to say before we hop into the NFL?
No, I don't need to get more upset.
All right. We'll go NFL here. We'll talk Bills, Ravens. I think this might be the biggest watch game this weekend. Saturday night prime time. Josh Allen with his 12-inch cock just going to pull it out against the Ravens defense. Lamar Jackson can win a playoff game, apparently. Let's get into it. Murph, what's your thoughts?
I think this is a big proof. This is gonna be a big prove-it game for Lamar. He's been hearing a lot of heat that he can't win it all. I have to say, I've been one of the guys who's probably like, he can't really throw. But I feel like Josh Allen, a lot of Brett Favre comparisons. heat of the moment, game on the line. He's gonna make a big mistake. I think Ravens win. I saw him last year. I must have been watching with you, Kyle, or Brannigan, where they played the Texans. That was a great game. But he just like makes like the most like brutal mistake where he has a clear like 10-yard scramble, and he just like does like a stupid like 5-yard back like shovel pass. It's like, what are you doing? I feel like he has had a super good year. I don't think that he's ready to take that step though to being like a Super Bowl contending quarterback, but I think he will someday. I just see Lamar as more of like you're gonna have like a good game, I think, against the Bills. I think the Ravens are gonna win.
So you got Ravens to win. Bram, what do you got?
Yeah.
Well, I've always said it. I think that not all you have to do, but if you make him beat you with his arm, then I don't think he can. Because his stats were 170, no throwing touchdowns, and he had 80 in a rushing touchdown. So, and I think the Bills' offense is a juggernaut as well as a very good defense. So I see, because they squeaked one out against the Colts, but so did the Ravens against the Titans. So I think
I'd
Bills.
love for you to be an adult. Okay, yeah, there we go.
I'm gonna go Bills.
Yep.
I think Bills are gonna blow them out. I don't know. I don't agree with that. If you make Josh Allen throw against you, he can't beat you. Because I think Josh Allen has
Lamar.
proven that.
Lamar.
Oh, Lamar. If you make Lamar throw, yeah, he's good. You're gonna win. Bills defense isn't great, but I think that the Ravens defense isn't going to be able to stop Josh Allen and that offense. I think they win and they cover.
I'm just happy the big trust thing is gone. That was so dumb.
They're only 2.5 point favorites too. The Bills. Like I think that's a low line.
Yeah, whoever's defense shows up, I guess.
I don't know. I'm a Lamar Jackson fan and I'm a Josh Allen fan, so it's kind of tough to go against. Like they're both definitely special. There's nothing that pisses me off more than a professional athlete that's just above average. I'll tell you what, that fucking grinds my gears. Like have a little bit special, make me want to turn the television on. I cannot stand if somebody's going to sit there and make all the right plays and just give me a nice milk toast answer
Tom Brady
at the end of the game. Well, Tom Brady's really cool because he kisses his kids. We've discussed this.
Yep, you're right.
But Lamar is just excited. Like I hope the Ravens win just because Lamar Jackson is fun to watch. Like I love seeing him run around and he's just like, I'm the best player out here. Can I throw a little? Like I'm an average thrower, but I am like, he's just electric. Like you give him the ball and you don't know what's going to happen. He could outrun anybody, but Josh Allen could throw the ball 100 yards just whenever he wanted. He's huge. And he also just plays with a reckless abandon that he's going to get hurt at some point, but he's huge. So it's awesome. I would love to, the story after or like into the second deck and take bets before games. I hope Josh Allen does that. I hope he walks out there and they're like, you can't throw this ball that far. I'd be like, I bet you $5,000 I can throw this ball 100 yards, and he'll throw it and just goes nowhere near the target. But people are like, damn, that is far. So I would pick the Bills, but I think it's going to be close. Like it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a fun game. It's probably going to be low scoring because a lot of skill will not be on the field, but there will be a ton of talent, which is the best games. Yep. I'll take the Bills. I'll take the Bills just to be a Colin Cowherd dick rider.
To cover or no?
I don't. What's the spread? 2.5.
2.5.
No, let's get ballsy. I'm hitting on 18. Let's get crazy.
Let's do it. Bren, you want to say something? Branny?
Cut out. Yeah, he's out. Let's go to the next game.
All right. Saints Bucks. 3-point favorites to the Saints. Murph, what you got?
Dude, I really hope the Saints win because I think that the Packers can beat them. I don't know if we can beat the Bucks. We got shit on so bad last time. Keep Tom Brady out of the NFC. What the hell? I don't want to play him in the playoffs. All like the screen is set where Tom Brady proves everybody wrong that it was just Belichick making him good. Goes to the Bucks takes a bet on himself, gets all those guys. I don't want to see him. I do think that the Buccaneers will win, which makes me sad because I don't want to play Tom Brady. But it'll at least make a good NFC Championship game between Rodgers and Brady.
But how good would it be? It'd be like a passing of the torch if Aaron Rodgers, Brady comes into Lambeau, Aaron Rodgers beats him, and Rodgers is like, yeah, and then goes to win a Super Bowl. It's like, all right, you beat me in the NFC Championship game. Here's the torch. You can take it now.
It doesn't seem like Brady is the type to pass the torch. The motherfucker just won't retire. I'm so sick of that guy.
I also think that both those guys are too old for a passing of a torch moment. Like Aaron Rodgers. It's too late for that, I think.
Too late for passing the torch for Rodgers, but
Rodgers may have like 7 years left in his career.
Yep.
Like that's still lots. He's played 14. He's still got a third of his career left.
Not everybody's Tom Brady, okay? Nobody's been eating kale ice cream for the last 20 years.
7 years left with Green Bay, though. Not so sure. Not so sure about
I don't
that
know.
one.
I think he is.
If he doesn't sound like that in his press conferences. They asked him after the Bears one, he's like, "Does this change anything about the future?" And he was just like, "Nope." he's pretty butthurt about the Jordan Love pick, and you probably can't blame him.
He said multiple times like he's gotten over it.
I know, but you'd like to hear a better press conference response than nothing's changed since draft day. You know what I mean? Not encouraging. Not nice to see on the Twitter feed that day. I did not like that.
Ram, what you got?
Buccaneers. I don't think it'll be – well, I don't want to say I don't think it'll be close, but I think it won't be a problem for Tom Brady. I don't think Drew Brees is a great playoff quarterback, first of all, and I don't think that the Saints offense – though they have talent, I don't think they'll keep up with the Buccaneers. And I think the defenses are a push. So I got Bucks. What'd you say the spread was?
3. Saints to 3.
3.
My thing is that, like, they've blown them out twice. And, like, yes, it's the playoffs, 2 totally different, like, scenarios. They played in regular season. But still, like, the Saints defense has stopped Tom Brady twice. Like, no team's really done that before. So, like, the scheme's obviously working. Have the Buccaneers added some people? Yes. Will it change a little bit? Yes. But I don't know. I just think the Saints have a good amount of talent at home. I think Brees still has a little bit in him. Kamara is a monster. Michael Thomas is very good. The Buccaneers fucking had a close game against the Redskins of the third backup quarterback that none of us have ever heard that put on a show. I think the Saints cover.
That's true. The footballers gave him a tough time last week. I forgot about that. With what is it, Reckley or whatever? They just pulled him off the
Heineke.
Heineke, yeah, just pulled him off the sidewalk and he just throws for 300 yards. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, I think Jack is right. I'm scared to play the Buccaneers. It's a real LeBron James going to the West. Like, the East is weak. I'm going to go to the West, and every single star is now gone to the East because they're just like, fuck. And all of a sudden the West isn't like, it's, you know, where are all these powerhouse West teams in the NBA? Well, LeBron James is on that side now, and he's just going to blow through. He's going to make everybody look terrible. I'm scared that is what is happening. I'm scared that's happening with Tom Brady. I just don't see Drew Brees giving it to me. Like, I don't see him just getting it done in a playoff moment. I'm picking the Bucks, obviously, because they have Tom Brady on their team. And I'll tell you what, you don't go broke betting against Tom Brady there in the playoffs, but it is, I really think it's going to be a low scoring game. And I'm sure Tom Brady's going to get saved by a field goal, just like usual, but he's going to do it. There's going to be a Brady Rodgers NFC Championship, and it's gonna be a small torch pass. It's my time to run the NFL. Like, Tom Brady's been the guy, and like Rodgers now has an easy path. Like, there's not a lot of great teams in the NFC anymore, and like the Packers are really, really good, and so the AFC is getting better, and I think this is the moment. This is time for Aaron Rodgers. He's been a little bit less of a dick this year, which is nice to see. He's actually being kind of nice, which is a new a new thing for him. I think this is it. I think he's grown up. He's become an adult. He's listening to other people, and he's just not being a dick. So I like the Bucks in this one, and I like a fantastic graphics matchup between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady in the NFC Championship. That Twitter week leading up to that game is going to be great. A lot of retweets. A lot of people are going to get ratioed. It's going to be fun. It's going to be electric. I'm here for it. Tom Brady put it on the board.
I agree. And also, if Tom goes through Drew Brees and then goes through Aaron Rodgers to get to the Super Bowl,
tough.
I might have to unfollow all SportsCenter social media. I won't be able to take it.
It'd just be a nightmare.
Yeah, I really don't want to think about it. But Murph, I got you $41 last Sunday.
Blackout $41. You didn't even know what you were doing.
Yeah.
That's how good you are at gambling.
I blacked out Sunday. Gave Murph Browns money line tweet or text, and they hit. Browns Kansas City. Kansas City, I think, is a 10-point favorite.
This is Browns Pittsburgh. Oh, this week. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got Chiefs. I know I was super confident with the Steelers last week, but Chiefs aren't the Steelers. Chiefs are the most talented team in the NFL.
I agree, but I don't think the Chiefs cover. I think with the Browns run game can keep them on the field long enough for the Browns to cover. I don't think they win. I think they cover.
Maybe fair.
Murph, who's covering?
Yeah, I'd say the Browns cover. I don't think people remember that the Chiefs defense is not that good. I think that the Browns will put up points. Unfortunately, they'll lose. It was really awesome to see him win last week, though. But Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes is way too good.
Yeah,
it's not gonna. Yeah,
I do think it's close.
Kyle,
I'll pick the Browns.
Wow.
Yep.
Are we
sure the Chiefs are for sure to cover? I think it's a coin toss that they win. I'll take the Browns because I don't want to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Are we sure the Chiefs are that good?
Dude, I don't know. They lost to the Raiders.
Yep.
Okay, well, just the
They
team
should have lost like 3 games. They should have lost like 4 games this year.
The notorious thing is like we'll just turn it on in the playoffs, which in the NBA tends to work because LeBron James is a demigod and can do that. In the NBA, one player does that. In the NFL, you need an entire team to turn it on. And like the Browns, maybe not. I don't see him. I don't see it. I don't think they're that good.
After last week, the Browns, the momentum that they have built up, and all the shit talking that has happened on Twitter and social media, the Browns, if Baker hasn't turned the ball over, I think the Browns have a good chance of winning.
If they survive the first quarter, if they are not down by 21 points in the first quarter, they have a chance. But Andy Reid coming off of this bye, watching and seeing Baker, like Andy Reid is probably sitting in his office all alone, having some alone time to watching Baker Mayfield throw the ball and seeing that he has an entire week to prepare for them. That's what I'm worried about is Andy Reid's an insane coach. I'm worried that the Browns are going to get ahead of themselves. If they aren't down 21 points by the end of the first quarter, like you'll know in the first quarter, is this going to be a game or not? And like the Browns, if it's a game, I would take the Browns.
Yeah, and for a team like the Browns, like that win last week was so monumental for them, it might just make them a little complacent and might get them their heads a little too big because that was their first playoff win since '94. So they might just think they did it already and not really come out like they did last week.
I didn't realize it's been since '94. That is absolutely insane. It's almost as insane as a Bears quarterback never throwing 4,000 yards before. Like 26 years? Are you kidding me? You can't pull up one playoff game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't even know what it is for the Dolphins.
I saw this.
It's probably close.
It's probably pretty close.
Well, big game Sunday for all Packers fans. Packers Rams. Packers minus 6.5. Murph, I know what you're taking, so go ahead.
Every day that passes this week, I get a little bit more nervous about it. I start thinking about Aaron Donald. I was watching him against the Seahawks. I don't even like Russell Wilson. Low key, like had like a bad year. I don't know what like he doesn't have a line, but he's never had a line in like the past decade. Why was he so bad this year? He has DK, he has Tyler Lockett. I'm a little bit concerned with how much they were able to lock him up. Aaron Donald scares me. Um, Jalen Ramsey scares me a little bit too, because Rodgers locks on to Devontae so much. But I think with our running game, we'll probably negate. I think the Packers win. I think it's going to be really close. Maybe we pull away at the end. The Packers are a type of team where if we lose by a lot. So we're going to need to jump on them pretty early because we don't come back from games usually with our play style. It's a lot of running. So I think they win, but I think it's going to be closer than people expect, and it's going to make a lot of people nervous. So I'm a little bit concerned. When we pull it out.
Bren?
Going with the Pack. I trust Aaron Rodgers because I heard it's supposed to be snowy. Is that true?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, I don't trust Jared Goff with a broken finger in the snow. So I don't think that offense runs for shit.
Yeah. I mean, you saw what Derrick Henry did in the snow, like or in the cold, like.
Well, the Rams do not have Derrick Henry or anything close to Derrick Henry. So
exactly, and the Packers. I mean, the Packers and Rams play a very, very similar play style, except the Packers just have a lot better quarterback and a superstar receiver. Like the Rams probably have a better defense, or will do a better defense. But if the Packers can stop the run game and make Jared Goff throw, they will win this game.
Yeah, I'd love to see how good their defense is when they can't feel their toes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's 27 for a high at kickoff.
I'll say one thing. If I was on the opposing team and I watched the entire Packers O-line run out there with no sleeves, I'd be pretty intimidated.
It is pretty cool.
I'd be like, that's elite.
Well, hopefully Valdir doesn't give anybody COVID. Of course, we sign a guy and he just gets COVID.
Yep.
What? I don't know if they're like sweeping that under the rug. Like I don't know how they cannot quarantine people. He's at practice, pretty close quarters. I was like, no way.
No close contact. No close contact. Somehow.
Fine. It's cool. We're ignoring it.
I think Packers win though. Brad, I'm with you with Murph. I agree with Murph. I think it's close. I think it's a backdoor cover. I think the Packers are up 10 and the Rams score late or something. I mean, at the end of the game, it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be super close. I think, as Murph said, I'm a little worried if the Rams defense shows up and if Ramsey can lock down Devontae, but I got confidence in the MVP. So
I will agree. Again, I'll jump on the wagon. The Packers are good. There's been a lot of years where the Packers have not been good and Aaron Rodgers has covered it up. That's not this year. Like Russell Wilson is finally figuring out. He's like, wow, it's really fucking hard to win when I make $40 million and the team around me is solid, but like it's nothing special. And that's what Aaron Rodgers has been dealing with forever. That's our 15-1 season of like, let's score a bunch of points. That's how many 10 straight years of having not a top 10 defense. Aaron Rodgers has finally got that. The Packers are going to go on a run here of about 3 to 4 years to cap off Rodgers' career and he like in the next 5 years, Rodgers might win 3 Super Bowls. It's possible.
I'd love to see it, honestly.
If they keep Devontae too, like if they keep Devontae and Rodgers, it's
he could go on the run that Brady went on. Like Rodgers has that opportunity. We're like the Rams aren't that good. If the game is close, I would be really nervous, but I really don't think it's going to be close. Like the Packers are a very good football team in all the places that matter in the NFL in today's world. We're actually really good. We have a really solid D line. Rashad Gary has really helped that out this year. We have a lockdown corner. We have the best quarterback in football. We have 2 to 3 playmakers. If you have Aaron Jones, you have Devontae, and then they really have a merry-go-round of who the third is going to be, which is really nice.
Yeah.
The Packers have a good O-line, even without Bakhtiari. Now they're just an above average O-line instead of a great O-line. The Packers are really good in all of the important spots in football with the best quarterback in football. I don't see us playing a close game unless it's against the Bucs. I think if we play the Saints, we'll blow them out. Like, Buccaneers scare me, but other than the Packers are a really good football team, and the Rams are not. You look at the Rams, people are not sure if their starting quarterback should start. Like, should we start our backup?
Mhm.
They're not. They're going to lose. They're
You
going to
hate to
lose,
see
and they're going to
that.
lose by a lot.
Wofford's out too. I don't know who the next. I think. Smoking Cigs Blake Bortles is up next if Goff can't finish it out. That's
Oh my
terrifying.
God, I didn't even know he was there.
That's
Oh,
terrifying.
boy.
I don't want to see Blake Bortles trot out there. That's so gritty.
Well,
Yeah,
I have a question for the pod.
Okay.
Do you guys fucking carry the G or not? Because I only want guys to carry the fucking G.
We
You
carry
carry
the
the G,
fucking
Murph?
G.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
carry the
thought.
G. I'm
We're
bought
carrying
Did you
in.
read?
We're carrying the
Did
G.
you
in
read
this side.
Did you read the Big Bob Tanyan letter today? Electric. Good read.
I did not,
I'll
but
have
I'm
to check it
going
out.
to. I heard it's fantastic.
Great look for 12. Really family friendly. Aaron Rodgers is a good guy. Great look for 12. He's had a lot of those this year. I hate to bring up a rival podcast, but he's great on Pat McAfee on Tuesdays.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
You're right. That does rival us. I would agree.
Yeah,
This is a good week to stick it to his family and Cali.
yeah.
Beat the Cali
Yeah.
team.
Yeah. Stop talking about Aaron Rodgers' family. He's a good guy, okay? Just believe me.
You guys want to move on? Oh, actually, no, Murph. Talk about AJ Dillon here. Can you explain to me why you think he was a good draft pick?
Well, let me set the scene. I'm working at Otto's on draft night, sweeping the floor. I see that we draft AJ Dillon. I send an angry tweet out. Just spur of the moment. I'm kind of an emotional guy. Emotions on the shoulder at all time. I remember talking to a customer like, dude, what the fuck? We drafted a running back. I didn't get it. Now I realize Aaron Jones is in a contract year. We might be going with the philosophy never pay running backs. Big game against the Titans always helps. I think if you give the guy the chance to play, he's a good player. You dump Aaron, maybe. I hope they don't dump Aaron Jones, but even worst case scenario, he's a starting running back. You sign a receiving running back, like maybe you keep Tyler Ervin, give him a bigger role. Best case scenario, you just let Jamal Williams walk and you have a better Jamal Williams and Aaron Jones. I don't know. I don't like the Jordan. I like the Jordan Love pick on draft night. I was probably drinking a little bit, and I was like, "Yeah, like fuck him."
This guy's clearly a Hall of Famer considering our history.
I was like, we just draft Hall of Famers. It's what we do.
Yep.
Crab cakes in football. It's what Maryland does. But I think in the long run, good pick. I think he'll end up working out. He's a downhill. Hit you in the face. Have you seen his quads? They're huge. Great legs. He's going to be a good Packer, I think, if he gets the carries. And he did on that one day with the snow. So maybe we see a lot of AJ Dillon this weekend, actually.
I hope not.
I don't want to. I like Jamal Williams. But he's not explosive. I like him as like
Aaron Jones, and I would agree if they're going to get rid of anyone, I think they should get rid of Jamal Williams. If that's the case, AJ Dillon would be a good like third down back, like a third down, like third and short, or when Aaron Jones needs a break, like run the ball on first down because he'll probably get you 3-4 yards of carry because he's that big. But I don't know. I just think they wasted a draft pick on him.
Yeah, we're really skipping over the fact that you drafted a player in the second round to be a third stringer. Are we missing?
Now? Maybe not next year.
The Packers' first 2 draft picks went backup third stringer.
third string and third string because
Nobody sees a
Jordan Love's
problem
the
there.
third string.
I couldn't I get why Aaron Rodgers is so pissed. Like that's pretty ridiculous. Hey, we're gonna improve the team. All right. Well, I think there's some areas that we can improve. We're probably pretty solid in quarterback. You have me. And I would say we have two really good running backs. So if you could avoid those positions and avoid left tackle or solid there, I think we got a good shot. And they went, all right, we hear you. We'll take a quarterback and a running back.
Yeah,
That's a problem. That there's something going on. That's a problem.
Unless Jordan Love works out, that's such a bad pick. Because they were below the Vikings, right, in the draft. They had to been. With like one pick behind to get Justin Jefferson, and he's just a stud. Could have traded up there probably, but I don't know why AJ Dillon gets so much hate. I don't think it's as bad as the Jordan Love pick because you still could have had like I don't know Rager.
If we got AJ Dillon like later in the draft, I think then yes, like it would have been a good pick. But you got him in the fucking second round.
Maybe he's 4.6 third.
Runs a 4.6 is 250. It's hard. I don't know. Those are just some nice.
You don't have to,
nice,
you don't have to like where he was taken, but I think he's going to end up being a useful piece for the Packers in the coming years.
He's gonna be a good player. I don't think there's any doubt that he'll be a decent player.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm a big fan of a nice thick running back, but I think it's just aggressive to draft a third stringer the second round. But speaking of some thick men, James Harden, a nice little trade to the Nets, Smurs.
I don't like it. I don't think it's. I mean, I don't like it because I don't think that's like where he wanted to go there because he wanted to win a championship. I just don't think it's going to matter. I think LeBron and AD are still going to win the championship. I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to take them all year to click. I don't even know. Like they could get in as like a 5, 6 seed, but I don't think they're going to be
the Nets.
Yeah.
So they probably have 3 of the best 5 players in the East on one team, and you're gonna take the stance of they're gonna be a 5 or a 6 seed.
Yep.
I'd give him a 3 seed.
I would just you might want to rethink it.
I'm not going to rethink it. I thought it through already. I mean, I understand that KD is one of the best players in the game. Kyrie, he's now in trouble with the NBA. He's under investigation. We don't know what's going on with him. He's not even showing up to play because he doesn't want to.
James Harden working.
I mean, when it comes down to who's taking the last shot,
probably the best scorer in NBA history, Kevin Durant, would be my guess.
But then you have to go over the ego of Kyrie and James Harden. James Harden likes to shoot 70 times a game.
Because that was the system. That's the GM, the coach, and the owner pulled James Harden aside and they said, "You are an all-time great scorer. Shoot the ball 40 times a game." And everybody else is going to stand there. And they've figured out that analytically, this is the most advanced offense that you can run to maximize scoring. And they did it. And everybody's like, James Harden refuses to pass, even though he has 9 or 10 assists a game. But it's because it's the system. It's like the Golden State Warriors shoot a lot of threes. It's like, yeah, they were told to. Like they have players that shoot 3-pointers and they're told to shoot 3-pointers. James Harden is a good scorer and they said, go score the ball.
I know, I'm just not bought in on it. Murph, thoughts?
Get this through your head. On that team, Kevin Durant is the least cancerous player. That's a little concerning. He's the least cancerous. Kyrie is totally MIA. I don't know what that guy's problem. He's a complete psycho. He thinks that the earth is flat, if you haven't heard. Weirdo. Completely MIA. Didn't want to play with LeBron. Didn't want to win a bunch of championships. I don't know what his problem is. I don't know if that James Harden system thing is true. I watched him on Team USA a long time ago with like a bunch of different people, and he's still shooting the ball every time he touches it. I think that they're definitely a threat, though. I see locker room issues. I don't like it as a Bucks fan. It's going to be a tough team to like blow past. I don't know, but I don't think that they're going to win the championship. I think that they'll be. I don't know why you think it'd be a 5 or 6 seed. They'll be way higher than that. They're way too talented to be 5 or 6, but I think they'll definitely be between the spots of 1 and 3, depending on if Kyrie stops being a psycho and comes back to play basketball.
Brian, you said they're going to be a 3 seed.
Yeah, well, because I think the Bucks will be ahead of them, and maybe another. The Sixers are hot, but I don't know how long they keep it up. But regardless, I think you have, like everyone's already said, I think you have too many egos, and I think you have 3 guys that aren't willing to take any sort of blame. I think that if it comes down to it, you're gonna like literally need all 3 of their hands on the ball to take the last shot because they're not gonna pass it to each other. But they're obviously got better. I think that's insane talent. I saw a tweet that's like, yep, I guess you're not allowed to use the nets in 2K anymore because that's a cheat code. But I just don't think it meshes. I think there's more to basketball than just loading up with stars.
Kyrie's not a great facilitator either. Good scorer, good ball handler. He's not like a great facilitator. I don't know how that's going to run. Maybe Harden runs the point even. He might be a better passer.
Also might be
Good
the worst
passer.
defensive team in the league now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They still got DeAndre Jordan.
I guess. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
on there still.
He's a good defensive player, I guess.
Hey, man,
The Nets
let's
turned
you going
into
around.
a championship team. The Nets turned into a championship team with that move. They have. I've built enough franchises in 2K to know, and I've seen enough NBA basketball that middle of the road men do not win games. Everybody wants to bitch that like stars don't have help. You just need old veteran players that service a role, because like Harden, Kyrie, and KD in the playoffs will accrue for borderline 80 to 90 points. That's like, scoring is not a question. Kevin Durant is actually a good defender when he wants to be. Kyrie's actually a decent defender when he wants to be. Harden is an average defender if he really puts his heart and soul in it. You have DeAndre Jordan, but the rest of the guys that they got rid of were all players that were eating up the spotlight. Like, you need a Danny Green to say, I'm okay with scoring 2 points a game and playing good defense, but maybe this 2 points is really like, it's a really important play. I think you have too many guys that are in like they're playing for their next contract. And when you get into the playoffs, it is who is the best players in the league who are not I don't know if they're going to beat LeBron, because not many people can beat LeBron James, but Kevin Durant is at least a 1B. It's LeBron James and Kevin Durant are head and shoulders above everybody else. I think LeBron is better than Kevin Durant, but like, Kevin Durant is coming off of 2 finals MVPs, winning 2 straight rings. Like, he was on a really good team, don't get me wrong, but that was like, he's now also on a really good team. And as much as people want to say that it's not going to work, I think James Harden is not going to be a head case just because he's had it beaten out of him in Houston. Like, he went there and you're like, okay, like same thing with Kyrie on the Celtics. They say, I'm my own player. I'm going to win this game. Okay, go there, try to win. You failed. That sucks. Come be a 2 here. Like, James Harden is going to go there, score 30 points a game, do nothing else. He needs to be like, this is sick. And if we lose, it's Kevin Durant's fault, not my fault. And if you just match up the players. So I think the Bucks are probably the next best team. Giannis versus Kevin Durant. Probably Kevin Durant. Chris Middleton versus James Harden. Well, James Harden. Drew Bledsoe, Kyrie Irving.
Drew Holiday.
Kyrie Irving. Or Drew Holiday, Kyrie Irving. Brooke Lopez, DeAndre Jordan. For what they do, probably DeAndre Jordan. Like, the Nets have so much talent, they can't lose. They're probably not going to do a clean sweep like the Lakers did because they're such a well-run team. But the Nets are not going to be. They have too much talent. Like, this much talent doesn't lose.
We'll see.
I agree. They're definitely making the finals contender, but I don't see the winning the finals.
The Bucks' dreams have The Bucks' dreams are on the edge. They can now jump off the bridge, a 60 feet dive. You think it's water, it's ice. Once the Nets got James Harden, the lake froze, and you're now plummeting to your death. That's what happened. Giannis is probably waking up this morning. I made the wrong choice.
He's like, fuck.
He's probably upset.
Hey, was
Giannis,
that pen,
there's a
was that
phone
pen by
call.
chance Invisible Ink?
Yeah.
There's a phone call to management this morning, and Giannis is saying you couldn't trade those picks for James Harden, but we got Drew Holiday.
That was such a big trade for Drew. That was such a haul for Drew Holiday.
It just seems like people are upset, and I think Bucks fans are pretending they're going to say the words that we're a better team because we're a better regular season team, and we actually have less talent and have proven less than Kevin Durant has. The Bucks team has actually proven less than every single one of their players. Kevin Durant has 2 rings. Kyrie Irving has 1 ring. James Harden has made it to the conference finals into a game 7. The Bucks have not. The Bucks have not gotten out of the second round. Our entire franchise has a worse track record than the 3rd best player on the Nets. But I'm supposed to believe that they're good? No. Those people are wrong.
James Harden's made a finals.
Yeah.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, right. Under.
Does
Yeah,
that count?
it's old.
He's made a finals. If he counts, he made a finals. And he left KD because he wanted to get his own team.
Yeah, it didn't work, and they came back together. And I'm just like the Bucks. I'm
needs
gonna be
KD.
told. I'm gonna be told this entire year that Drew Holiday is actually really good because he can score 20 points off of shit defense in the regular season, and Giannis isn't gonna foul out of every game. He will. How is Giannis gonna score when you have DeAndre Jordan in the paint? They're gonna just go out, and now the Nets are going to start getting people for hire. They're going to pick up a free agent. They're going to get like a Marcus Morris type of a sign where they're going to be like, your one job is to stop Giannis in the playoffs. I don't care if you injure him, follow him, do whatever. The Nets are now in that conversation, and the Bucks are now the Raptors. They're the Raptors with Giannis, and we're probably going to lose. And then I'm going to be upset that Giannis re-signed because he's just giving me hope. He's saying, do you want $1 million? I'm going to be like, yeah, that'd be awesome. He's going to be like, can't have it. Sorry.
That's a great analogy.
Our only chances in 2017, but Chris Middleton blew it. He didn't have the stones. But I'm supposed to listen to Twitter and hear that Chris Middleton's actually a good number 2.
Yep.
It's not like he shot 39% in the playoffs last year. I'm so tired of that. I don't like Chris Middleton stands at all. He's a good 3. He's not a finals 2. He's not. I'm sorry.
In order for the Bucks to even have a chance, the Bucks have to go sign someone. And sign someone
they
big.
can't.
Who
are they going to? Yeah.
We'll have to go sign someone big. I don't know. We'll have to go trade for someone big.
Yeah, but Beal's off limits. That's ours, please.
I am saying Beal, but get someone, you know? That's what I'm saying. Is the Bucks have to go sign someone if they're going to trade for someone, but there's no one to trade for. Only way the Bucks would even come close to the Nets is if they trade for someone.
It's fine. The Packers are going to win the Super Bowl. The NBA is stupid, mainly because the Bucks won't win. But if we do win, yeah, if the Bucks do win, I take back what I said. But they're not going to win because the best players win in the NBA. So, you know what? That's fine. And if we make a finals, which we won't, I will be very happy, and I'll be the person to say Chris Middleton is actually good, but I just, for some reason, history just tells me we're not going to win. We're not a very good team, and ESPN is just dick riding Giannis because he's got some cool dunks. I said it.
It's true.
I will say that James Harden does need to get in shape, though. He needs to get back in shape and pretty quickly because
I would like to see a picture
of
fat. If you can have James Harden and Kevin Durant stand next to each other, it's like that 50-year-old marriage where the wife is still trying to be in shape and be healthy and like, I still want to look good. and the dad gave up like 15 years ago. That's what that's what they look like. Like they probably walk around places and people are like, how are you two together? One of you is good looking and one of you is not good looking. That's what I assume people are thinking.
Yeah. James Harden needs to get in shape, but
I like it. I hope he stays like thick.
I love the Mark Henry memes.
Yeah, I do too.
Mark Henry.
Oh man. I don't know. The Bucks just they just know how to crush your dreams. It's not like gives you hope and then you can't pull through.
Yep. Bucks fans, don't get your hopes up. Okay, I'm telling you right now. You heard it.
Yeah, Merc, don't get your hopes up.
Don't get your hopes up. When we get a 2 seed, feel free to just remember we're going to lose. Yep. And that's fine. We're probably going to lose to a lower seed, which is exciting.
Probably the Celtics or something like that.
Yep,
or the Heat again.
It'll be terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, our NBA Finals is probably just re-signing Giannis. That was a big win for Milwaukee. Just like, well, the guy wants to stay. That's huge.
Yeah.
But people telling me Chris Middleton is a good 2 is like when they used to say Giovanni Garretto is a good 1. It's like, well, he's not, but we got him.
Yep. He's in Milwaukee, so it's fine.
Yep, that's our guy.
All right, Murph. Well, thanks for being on. And I would love to hear, Casey, if you want to come back on at some point and yell at Jack, or if you both want to come on, we'd love to have it.
A double guest?
Well, I would just like to hear hearing Casey yell at Jack it's a good time for everybody, especially if you're not Jack.
It's entertainment. It's entertainment. That's what it is.
Yep.
Well, everyone, thanks for listening. Catch us next week. Spotify app music. You know where to find us. No Dice Podcast. Thanks again, Murph. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Murph.
No
Good
problem.
seeing you again.